there is a group of irregular verbs in the past in Spanish which are quite distinctive in that they have their own set of endings, which looks a little bit like a mixture of the AR and IR endings that we already know from the past. And there is no accent on the I or the he or she, as in the regular past. The easiest way to learn any new verb form is to master one, and then to master one verb, and then apply that knowledge to the others. So let's take the verb to want, querer. Now, I wanted is not querí, which we might think if it was regular. It's quise, Q-I-S-E, quise. So I wanted is quise. You can see there's quite a change in the stem of is, and the E at the end has no accent. So quise, I wanted. And to do you want is quisiste. So quise and quisiste. And he or she wanted is quiso. So we have quise, I wanted. Quisiste, you wanted or did you want, and quiso, he or she wanted. So, for example, we could say quise venir, I wanted to come. And we could say, for example, quiso comprar algo, he wanted to buy something. Quiso comprar algo. So quise, quisiste, and quiso. I wanted, you wanted or did you want, and he or she wanted it. So let's introduce another verb similar to this before we continue with the endings. Venir is to come, we know that. And in the past, I came is vine, V-I-N-E, vine, I came. So again, we can see there's quite a change in the stem. So vine, I came. Did you come is viniste, the same iste as in quisiste, so viniste. And he or she came, we just saw quiso, and now it's vino. In fact, exactly the same spelling and pronunciation as wine, vino. So vine, I came, viniste, did you come, and vino, he or she came. So let's practice what we have so far before we move on. How would you say, I wanted to buy something? Quise comprar algo. How would you say, I came alone? And alone is easy to remember, and it's solo, as in solo. So how would you say, I came alone? Vine solo. How would you say, did you want to buy something? Quisiste comprar algo? ¿Quisiste comprar algo? And how about, did you come by train? Did you come by train? And by train is en tren. En tren. So how would you say, did you come by train? ¿Viniste en tren? ¿Viniste en tren? How about, he came by train? He came by train. Vino en tren. Vino en tren. So let's move on. We have I wanted. You wanted, he or she wanted. And we wanted is, you know there's going to be a mos in there somewhere for we. We wanted is quisimos. Quisimos. And so we came would also be vinimos. 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 Quisimos. Vinimos. And finally, they wanted is quisieron. Quisieron. So ieron. You know it's going to end in an on. And it's quisieron. And they came, vinieron. 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 So they wanted to buy something. Quisieron comprar algo. They came by train. Vinieron en tren. Vinieron en tren. How would you say they came to Spain? They came to Spain. Vinieron a España. Vinieron a España. And how about they wanted something? They wanted something. Quisieron algo. Quisieron algo. Let's apply what we know to two more of these irregular past verbs. Let's look at to be, which is estar, and to have, tener. And we'll start with the I. So, estuve and tuve. Estuve, I was, and tuve, I had. So, estuve, estuve, and tuve. Estuve, tuve. So I was in Madrid. Estuve en Madrid. Estuve en Madrid. I was ill. Estuve enfermo. Estuve enfermo. Enfermo like infirm, ill. For tuve, I had, we could say tuve un accidente. Tuve un accidente. I had an accident. Tuve un accidente. I had a party. Tuve una fiesta. Tuve una fiesta. And we can apply the endings we know from want and come in the past. So, estuviste and tuviste. Were you or you were, and tuviste, you had or did you have? Estuviste, tuviste. And for he or she, estuvo and tuvo. Estuvo and tuvo. So how would you ask the question, did you have a party? ¿Tuviste una fiesta? ¿Tuviste una fiesta? What about, were you here? Were you here? And here being aquí. What would that be? ¿Estuviste aquí? ¿Estuviste aquí? How about, were you in Barcelona? ¿Estuviste en Barcelona? ¿Estuviste en Barcelona? How about, he was here yesterday? He was here yesterday. Estuvo aquí ayer. Estuvo aquí ayer. What about, he had an accident? He had an accident. Tuvo un accidente. Tuvo un accidente. And let's continue. So we have so far tuve and estuve, tuviste and estuviste, tuvo and estuvo. And now for we had, it would be tuvimos, and we were, estuvimos. They had, tuvieron, tuvieron. And they were, estuvieron, estuvieron. So we can say, we had a party. Tuvimos una fiesta. Tuvimos una fiesta. Say, we weren't here. We weren't here. No estuvimos aquí. No estuvimos aquí. We can say, they were ill. They were ill. Estuvieron enfermos. Estuvieron enfermos. We could say they had an accident in Spain. Tuvieron un accidente en España. Tuvieron un accidente en España. And now your turn to have a practice. How would we say we had a problem? We had a problem. Tuvimos un problema. Tuvimos un problema. How about we were at home? We were at home. And at home is en casa. En casa. So how would you say we were at home? Estuvimos en casa. Estuvimos en casa. If we want to say success, we say éxito. 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 So how would you say they had success? They had success. Tuvieron éxito. Tuvieron éxito. And that's another way of saying they were successful. They had success. Tuvieron éxito. How would we say they were at the party? They were at the party. And at the party is the same as in the party. So, en la fiesta. En la fiesta. So how would we say they were at the party? Estuvieron en la fiesta. Estuvieron en la fiesta. They were at the party yesterday. Estuvieron en la fiesta ayer. Estuvieron en la fiesta ayer.